Hi, my name is Govind,
My name is Rashawn.
and today we're going to be talking about NoSQL versus MySQL. We're going to talk about the differences between the two and which one might be right for different businesses. So, first, let's talk about the database type and the design. MySQL uses a relational database which has a very clearly defined schema. It has very clearly defined rows and columns, and it's perfect for structured data. But that also means that all of the data has to follow the restrictions of the structure, which might not be right for every business.
NoSQL is a non-relational database, which means data is organized into documents, unstructured big data. Um, all related data is a single structure. It uses dynamic schemas, which means it's very scalable and flexible. There are also different types of NoSQL databases, such as key value, document based, column based, and graph based.
So let's talk about the scalability now. MySQL is very hard to scale because of the relational database. Everything has to be preset before data is entered into it, which makes it very hard to horizontally scale, but it makes it perfect for vertically scaling. Vertically scaling means that you can add more power to the existing server, like adding more RAM or more CPU power. And horizontal scaling, which NoSQL is perfect at, just means adding more servers.
For NoSQL, the scalability is like I said, dynamic. Because it can be added more easily and preferably, and that's preferred by some companies such as YouTube or Twitch.
So MySQL is hard to scale because of the database model that's required before creation. But because of this pre-planned model, complex queries are very easy to complete.
NoSQL has the dynamic scheme, which means every document can be a different structure, perfect for unstructured and big data. And complex queries are hard because of the different structure of each document.
MySQL has a very large community from both IT professionals as well as Oracle themselves offering support for MySQL. So, as we can see on the image here, they offer many different plans over many different years to offer actual support. You can also,
NoSQL with oh, shit,
you,
sorry.
it's fine, it's fine. Okay, let's just start from the top from this thing. Um, I also got a ding on my computer, so it's fine. MySQL has a large community from IT professionals as well as MySQL offering paid support themselves. So, as we can see here, they offer many different types of support over many different years. And there's also a large number of IT professionals who know how to use MySQL and offer help on non official forums like Reddit.
For NoSQL, which is relatively new to the world, there are not much a professional who can help you on forums. But mainly the support comes from rely on community support. Pretty much like people who spent their years practicing NoSQL.
So MySQL has a very rigid schema. And again, it's not very flexible because everything has to be pre planned and predefined before it's created.
NoSQL is more dynamic, and NoSQL was made to be flexible, which means it allows to be more dynamic and usable by content management creators.
So, which one should you choose? If you're an IT professional or an IT admin and you need to choose between MySQL or NoSQL, well, MySQL is best for companies that have a lot of structured data. Maybe like a lawyer's office or an accountant firm where they need to keep track of clients, for example. All of that is very structured and all of that is text based data. So that's really great for them because it can allow them to create very complex queries and organize it all very clearly.
For NoSQL, it would be better for companies that want easily scalability. Companies that mainly use content management such as YouTube, Twitch, some parts of Amazon and Walmart, where the data is random, is unstructured.
So YouTube uses NoSQL for its big data needs because Big data can't really use MySQL. MySQL is far too limiting in what it can do. YouTube also gets a lot of different types of data: structured, unstructured, and semi structured. It gets a lot of metadata from its videos that can be structured, but the videos themselves, thumbnails, YouTube shorts, and films are all unstructured, and that can be really difficult and impossible for MySQL to digest. NoSQL is perfect because it allows for great horizontal scalability, which is perfect for YouTube server farms. YouTube doesn't need to really improve the quality of their servers, they just need to keep adding more so that content is available. The reliability and low costs are great trade offs because YouTube has dedicated IT staff for managing NoSQL, so they don't really need any other external company to help them manage it. They just need it so that they can very quickly and easily and flexibly access content.
For the Toyota material handling, Toyota uses MongoDB Atlas as a cloud-based flavor of NoSQL. Toyota's warehouse uses many different IoT devices that connects drivers, forklifts, trucks, and tablets to a central cloud platform that gets an input of many different sensors, alerts, employee safety, organizational logistics, etc. The immense amount of data requires NoSQL the immense amount of data requires NoSQL because a flexible platform is needed along with a database that can accept non-structured data. All the different IoT devices in the warehouse send different types of data to the cloud base on the sensor itself. Also, for companies that want to choose to go with MySQL, there are companies more like accounting firms, um, supermarket, stuff that usually have structured data, which is more like a everyday where the data doesn't really change and it's a consistent repeat of orders or whatever.